Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's Thursday, June 28th. My name is Mark Fuller. This is the second installment, or day two, I guess you could call it, of the price study that I'm doing on market conditions. What I'm doing primarily is studying um, not only the behavior of price, but also studying the way that price behavior backs up the condition in the market at the time. And the reason that this is important is because when the market falls within a certain condition, it means that the behavior is a certain way for a certain amount of time. And the reason that that is important is because that will, or I should say, could make things potentially a lot more easier for you to trade when you do actually get into a trade. Actually knowing that there is a condition in the market in place, and then understanding the behavior that is backing up the condition that is in place in order for you to be profitable when you actually engage in the market and take a trade. So it's very important. Like these videos are very educational, more so. The study videos actually show you the way that I'm seeing the market, the way that I'm actually looking at the market. And the reason that that is important is because you have to be able to see what the market is doing and how it is doing what it is doing. It becomes a question of, well, all right, we understand that it's moving a certain way, but within the way that it's moving, how is it going about creating that movement? And that's where the study of the behavior comes into the picture. I'm taking it a step further because now I'm taking the behavioral study and applying it to an actual condition in the market and recognizing an actual condition that the behavior reinforces or backs up. The more and more pieces that you put together within this puzzle, the more consistently profitable you will be in the market until you just win all the time. And that's kind of the place that we're making our attempt to get to, is to a place where we are able to always position ourselves to be in a winning situation. We're not on these charts just to trade. We're on these charts to win. So I don't know what anyone else out there is trading for. I trade to win. I teach my students to trade to win also. Speaking of my students, I want to give a huge shout out and congratulations to my man Devin. Just had a little baby. Congratulations, my man. Another addition to the trader army for sure. So right now I'm just keeping a close eye on things. I'm just watching. And like I said, really just studying the condition that I see currently. And the condition that I see right now in place is one where the behavior of the market is pretty much holding when it moves in position. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's actually moving in position relative to where you see strike prices, and then it's holding once it does that movement for the most part. So when you line that up with your actual, the criteria that you use to get into a trade, you can really put yourself in a very solid position on the chart and ultimately put yourself in a very profitable trade that is easy, so to speak. That's my co-founder calling now. Let me see what he's talking about. Yo,
You on them charts
I'm on the charts.
or you quit?
Nah, I just got on the charts.
Oh. Where your wife at?
She in the house. I just spoke to her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm making a video right now.
You on the charts making a video? You on the trade?
No, I didn't get into a trade yet. I'm just talking through it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing if one gonna come up.
In anticipation.
There you go. I like the behavior I'm seeing right now, so I'm just waiting it out.
I'm not looking right now. You looking at a buy?
Um, I wasn't even looking at either direction just now. I just was watching.
Just watching how everything is moving.
Yeah, just observing right
I
now.
know. I know it was a little. It was looked like it was flattening out just a minute
A
ago.
minute ago, yeah, and then it just started to accelerate again.
Very good, nice stuff.
Hmm.
Very, very nice. I think I did. I'm gonna go over just talking about buying low, because something that another simple point that I think most people miss in this whole thing is that if they just look at this like going to the grocery store and buying low and selling high,
Right. Simple.
it's like it's really just that simple. But it's a point that the only time it gets difficult is when the high price turns into the low price, or the
Right.
low price is starting to turn into the high price.
Exactly.
But for the most part, it's just high and low selling,
That's all it is. And just waiting for it to be in that position.
and you got to wait for it to be in that position for you to get a good price on what you want to do.
Yep.
If you try to do anything in the middle of the high and low price, you're gonna have prices all over because you're in the middle of it.
You in the middle. That's where it gets hairy.
That's where it's always gonna get hairy
Yep.
because people are not knowing at that time what it's in the middle of what's high and what's low for them.
Exactly.
So you're gonna get all types of shit. But if you just go look for the high price or the low price and just go for that, you're gonna have a way better chance in the market to me.
Yep. You see
I don't
what
know if that
you see what Lewis just said in the group?
what he
He
said.
he talked about what just happened. He said right now the price is whiplashing too much.
Hmm.
And he right on point cuz it just did that just now when you call it started doing it. It wasn't doing that before.
It just started.
It just started doing that.
Hmm.
So he's like I'm out.
Right. He don't want nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
And
As you
actually,
should be.
no one should want anything to do with that.
Exactly. As you should be. Yep.
And I think half of that, I'm I'm seeing from Lewis that I like his approach, because I'm seeing that he will just he only will trade at certain points in the market.
Yes. And if it's not doing that, he'll shut it down immediately. He will shut it down.
And I know we talked about that with we talked about that with them numerous times. Just picking your shots instead of just trying to do everything.
Right. Sometimes it's just not it's not the appropriate time to even be in the market. So, you know, you got to be
Sometimes you need not to even be looking because you are just that type of person that will take a trade.
exactly. So when you see that the behavior is a certain way, you need to get off the charts.
You just need to get off and get out of here. And I know John is that type of person. I just know it because it's a certain. I don't. I see a lot of what he did in trades that I used to take. That's why I harp on certain shit like that.
Right. And you see the
You know what I'm saying?
habits.
And I see the habits, and I know where it could take you.
Yep.
And I know it's not going to take you closer to where you're trying to be.
No. Nope. Hold on a second. Let me put this on pause. So this is what we do every day. I mean, you guys can see how we just engage in conversation and talk about stuff that we're seeing in the market. And this is what goes on in our group on Team Alliance every day. Like right now, I'm talking to Enrico, and we just talking about observing the market and paying attention to behaviors and etc. And you got to talk through it. You got to work your way through it. But you have a support system when you're on Team Alliance because there's a bunch of us that are doing all of this all the time and kind of all day. So we're working through the behaviors in the market, knowing and understanding how to avoid certain behaviors altogether so that we don't even deal with the market until it has a certain condition in place and the behavior backs up that condition. And then we take our trades accordingly. So that's what this is all about. Very powerful stuff. But let me throw this on pause. I'm already 11 minutes in. If I get into a trade, I will come back on and then we'll take it from there. All right, hang on.
Okie dokie. I'm back on the charts, conducting my studying market conditions, studying price behavior that backs up those conditions. That's what we're doing currently. Time right now is 3:14 p.m. I'm just getting back and situated on the charts again. So I'm really still observing. I'm seeing some more cooperation, or I should say a bit more cooperation than I was seeing earlier with the way that the market is conducting itself and putting together a condition currently. There is a condition right now in the market, and I'm basically looking to see if that condition is likely to persist or the market decides otherwise. Right now, it's looking pretty good, though. So if I had to just guess, I would say that a trade would be coming shortly. But we're going to just keep an eye on things. And when the trade does present itself, I will be here to pounce all over it, so to speak. So we're going to continue watching. We are in observation mode. I do see a condition that I like to engage in. And we'll just continue to wait for the market. All right, so this is, I think this is the second day of my price study on conditions being backed up by behavior. Very interesting. And I know that this is going to help a lot of you out there that are new to this industry, new to NADEX and new to binary options in particular. But it will just also help many of you in general as far as understanding the correlation between market behavior and profitable trading, depending on what instrument you're using. We like to focus on the 5-minute binaries in particular. So when you're dealing with binaries, you have to be precise with your timing because the binaries are timed. 5-minute binary only lasts for 5 minutes in total. And the way that you win that position is by being correct about where price ends up at in relation to the strike price that you're trading at the end of the binary. The end of the binary, not the beginning, not the middle, the end of the binary. Where it ends up at, that's going to determine whether or not you lose or win your trades. In our case, it's the reason why we win our trades. All right, so I'll continue watching and I'll be back on momentarily. Y'all sit tight. All right, doing my price study. I'm in this trade. This trade looks pretty good. So we got another 23 seconds remaining. Studying conditions. We got another 5 seconds remaining. Looking for price to stay above this line. And let me take this phone call. That's a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yes, sit tight. Let me take this call. Hang on. All right, so I'm going to pick up. I got to pick my kids up from school, so I'm out of here. But you can see 160, 150. That's our updated balance. I only got one trade in today, but that is exactly what the goal is to do, to just take one trade a day, for the most part. When trades present themselves, and there are more opportunities, as you study the behavior during a condition that you have in the market, the behavior is what gives you the confidence during the condition. So when you study the actual conditions in the market, you have to realize that the behavior precedes the condition, and then the behavior backs up the condition. Wow. This is some really deep, profound, solid information that I'm giving you about the market. And I'm actually able to show it to you by the trades that I'm taking. I've done this now with every approach. I've done it with in the money trades, at the money trades, out the money trades. It doesn't matter what type of approach you're using. You have to understand the behavior. And to take it a step further, you have to understand the condition that the behavior creates, and then the behavior that backs up the condition that the behavior created in the first place. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I amaze myself, because we're just digging deeper and deeper into the understanding behind the way that we look at the market is the reason that we win. The reason we win is because of our understanding of the market, and I cannot reiterate that enough. The reason you guys keep losing out there, you don't understand the market yet. You're trying to, but it takes time. It takes time. Study. So anyway, let me conclude this study for today. We'll pick it back up tomorrow. I wasn't really around much yesterday because I took a trip with my son, and it was very enjoyable. I got a chance to get away, hang out with him, and just kind of get away from all of this for a minute. But, come right back into it. Boom, get right back into gear. That's how we do it, So you guys want to get into training with us? Here, let me come over to my promo page. Nope, that's not where I wanted to go. Promo right here. Let me move myself out the way. Train with us, $35 a month. We train live every evening. We get started around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, PM, Sundays, and Monday through Thursday around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The trainings are recorded. Right now, we got 130 plus trainings that are in the archive. So there's no shortage of training that is going to get you up to speed where you need to be in your understanding of the parameters and the framework that we use, and primarily with understanding how to apply that framework once you have conducted your study. Like we're taking it, just constantly evolving and getting better at what we do, and just taking it to that next level each and every time. So you guys coming into training right now, you have this training at its best. This is at its best now. It really is amazing. It's amazing me. And I'm basically, the one that put the training together like this. Me and Enrico. But listen, we'll add you to the 24-hour live Facebook group chat. That's where we basically hold one another accountable in the group. You need support as you're learning how to trade. You need support as you're learning how to see the market. So what better way for that support to be in place other than to actually be supported by other traders, people that are doing it along with you? That's what we have here on TeamAlliance. That's why so many of us are successful at what we do. I got a guy right now, and I'll talk about him later. one of our students in the group took $100 account to, damn near $4,000. Let me repeat that. Took $100 account to damn near 4,000. And it took time. It didn't happen overnight. A couple of times he blew his account out, had to start over. Sometimes he went up, came back down. But now he's on track, and he's not going to come back down. He's going to remain consistent. And it's because of the training. So you want to train with us, reach out to me. 914-979-2317. That's where you can text me. Send me a friend request on Facebook. That's the fastest way to reach me and to get in contact with me. And then we will take it from there. All right. So this is Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Study. This is my study once again. I think it's day 2 of this study. This is studying market conditions and how behavior backs up those conditions. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you in the next study. Those of you joining us, see you in training. You guys take care. Peace.